So, someone asked me earlier if I saw the ninja clip, and I said, yeah. I saw it this morning, and I was basically like, it was, if you didn't see the original, I didn't watch it on stream, I didn't show it or anything, but I was like, yeah, it's sad. You look at all the comments on it, like, everyone's just saying, like, oh, he's not good at the game. And it's like, well, why the f does that matter? His opinion is still, like, right. He's not, like, even if you don't think he's good at the game, he's objectively right. But I'm also looking, it also looks like I only saw a small version of the clip. It's much longer. So I want to watch the whole clip. I wasn't going to do this, but now I feel like I should. Now I feel like I should, because I only saw part of it. So it's 3 minutes long, this version, which is the Jake Lucky version. The one I saw was only like 15 seconds, and basically he's just talking about like he's done because the community's toxic. So I want to see the full version. I want to see the full version first. There's a 10-minute version? Okay, let's do the 3-minute version and just see. If we need to watch the whole 10-minute version, I'll watch the 10-minute version. But the one I saw was only like 15 seconds, so I'm in. All right, let's go.
But yeah, once I, just day in and day out, just getting stream sniped for players obviously trying to get on my team and also against my team.
I doesn't have to say anymore. I already agree. Remember yesterday? I literally I could all day yesterday. We had Flats' Disciple and his duo literally trying to spawn cam me every single round. And I had games where I'd end up flexing support. And so once I was on support, they knew they could come chase me. If I was not on support, obviously they'd swap to... And they played dirty too. They were playing dirty to come grab me. And there is no streamer mode in Rivals either. So
like against me, like, the target bans, that stuff was all like minor. I think it was... in the end, I think it was just the toxicity of your actual teammates towards me that just sent me over the edge. Like, I would end every stream in just the worst mood because even my teammates and the only way to fix this was to mute everyone, right? Which is no fun for anyone. Like, just playing the game solo queue, like voice comm muting my teammates. So like to protect my mental, it's just I feel like
people say that, but then if you do that as a streamer, people get mad at you because they're like, you should be in voice and you should be tryharding, you should be talking to your teammates,
kind of half the fun. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the community was just awful, bro. And then I think just you clip that up with I don't even want to give this guy credit, but there's just so many idiots in the community, man. I can't stand it. Like, to the trolls, like in one day alone, I'm getting people on Lassus and I's team who pick Black Widow and then sit AFK in the spawn.
Yep.
And just jump up and down and slowly move in the spawn so that they don't get the AFK
That's
warning.
True.
And we don't get to forfeit or get out of the game.
I've been very lucky. I do not have that happen very often, but I do always feel bad when I see it happen to other people.
So that we lose elo. Like from that just sums up the toxicity, right? Because it happens. So from the toxic teammates on my team who, dude, like I'm straight up just getting verbally abused in the game. You know what I mean? And it's like,
he's toxic as well. Okay, so listen, let me just say this first and foremost. I am not a watcher. I have only seen clips, not a watcher. But I can also probably say that you probably are too. And when you are a giant creator, especially at the start of something like Rivals, right? Like every time I saw a Rivals TikTok, it was almost always a Necros clip or something with him, Tim or Ninja, or them like bickering and going at it, right? And you're always going to see the worst of those in those clips because that's what gets the most viral and gets the most attention. And like lots of people will try to grab it and try to upload it. I don't think every game is one like that. I doubt it. I mean, maybe it is. It could be. Like, if you've ever watched me, like, I'm not a perfect human either. Like, but here, the thing with me, though, is I will never openly shit-talk my teammates mid-game, like, just start shit-talking them for no reason, unless someone starts shit with me first. Like, if someone starts shit with me, or, like, hard goes after, like, one of my teammates, like, even then, like, I'll kind of, like, let it slide if it's other people. It's like, whatever. But, like, if they cross, like, a certain line, that's when I go, all right, you, I'm all in. I got nothing better to do today. We're gonna do this, right? And I've even seen clips of myself where it gets cut out the beginning, where they're, like, wholeheartedly just going crazy on me or on someone else, and then I hit the point, I go, you know what, dude, I got time today, and it will just clip my response, right? And unfortunately, the truth of the internet is people will judge you for your reaction as opposed for what happened. Remember in elementary school, do you remember ever seeing bullying? And there was whenever people would get in trouble, like let's say like a bully hit you and you hit them back, people always saw the hit back. Do you know why that is? Because like subconsciously, when everyone's like paying attention to a room, if somebody hits you, they kind of like turn to look, but they didn't actually see the first one. And then they see you hit back and they're like, whoa, 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 what are you doing, right? And so people latch onto that really hard. And that is a unfortunate cycle that happens. Not saying you should talk all your teammates and be super toxic, because like that's also not good, right? No one's perfect, right? It happens. And I am also giving a bit of the benefit of the doubt that I don't think every game was like that. But I'm sure when you stream 6, 7, 8, 10 hours a day, and at least 1 to 2 hours of that time is just wasted games from people throwing and going after you and doing whatever. And the worst, you know what? One of the worst crimes Ninja did in this game was he wasn't a top tier player right out of the gate. That was one of his biggest crimes. Think about anyone who you ever see someone shit talking him in a clip, or if he got mad or whatever, it's because he wasn't top tier. It wasn't the highest level, right? He does instigate though. Granted, I don't know. I'm not 100% informed in that department, right? I'm just a clip seer. That's why I try to reiterate at the beginning. I'm just a clip seer. I'm not watching all the VODs. I don't know the whole story, but I have a feeling neither do you. Not saying you specifically, by the way. I'm saying like neither do you. I guarantee neither do you, right? So regardless though, the point was what I was trying to make with that is I feel like whenever I saw stuff about him, people were more upset that he wasn't like the top tier player, and he would talk about things that like, oh, we should do this or do whatever, right? And like sometimes he was just straight up wrong. Like nothing against him, but like it's like as someone who's been playing these games for many years, he would just have the wrong idea. But that's not a crime. But people would crucify him like it was a crime, right? There's only just so much one person can take, so I get it. So it's
I don't know. You can call me soft, call me whatever. I've been streaming for 13 years. I don't want.
I mean, Ninja talked bad about Tim being boosted. I mean, okay, everyone at the beginning of this game said everyone was boosted. I got called boosted by everyone. Everyone said I was boosted. When I first started playing this game, everyone just started going, "You're so boosted. Yeah, you were boosted in Overwatch. You're so bad." I did unranked GM Captain America Season 0 when he was the worst state. Celestial wasn't a thing yet. Everyone went silent. Everyone went, "Oh shit, I guess he can kind of do that." We got a boosted comment yesterday. We did get a boosted comment yesterday, but it was kind of flying everywhere, right? And Tim was playing with some top tier people, but Tim does that in every game, right? Like, but he's good at it. He's good at making friends, right? Like he goes in, people want to make friends and plays with them, and it's like, who gives a you know what I mean? Like, genuinely doesn't mean shit. It's not like he's terrible at the game. Like, he's not like a gold player getting boosted to top 500. Like, the difference was maybe like borderline Celestial Eternity getting a little bit of a higher like push by playing with a group. But like everyone was doing that. You know what I mean? Like everyone was doing it. So I again, not trying to defend that. I'm just saying, like, is that really enough to just like write somebody off as like they're the worst human? You know? Just think about it.
Deal with that. I don't want to deal with my teammates who I'm trying to win a ranked game with. Just
I'm gonna let it finish though.
My entire life and career and friends. All right, like for no reason. And it's every day, by the way. Different people.
I can see that.
So awkward all the time, and it would just ruin. It would just ruin it. Just ruin my day. It would ruin the stream. And I just don't care enough about the game, right? So I mean, Tim's off it consistently. He's playing COD. Like everyone's off it. So I'm like, okay, what would I rather do? Like suffer and play Fortnite. I'm not even joking. Like I mean,
hard to hear Ninja. Wait, are you having a hard time hearing the clip?
Easy talks
Looks fine on
about
my
my life and career with my wife over the last like week. I mean, there's a reason I haven't streamed in 4 days. And I was like, what would I rather do? Would I rather keep getting berated on a game? And dude, let's not mention the toxicity of the social media toward me in this game for no reason. In Marvel Rivals, like, it's insane to me. Like, I'm just a competitive dude that wants to win games, right? But somehow it became a meme, not the massive meme, which is the greatest meme of all time, but it became cool to like find the worst ultimates of the day or the worst clips of a.
Yeah, the Punisher clip. The Punisher clip was funny though. Like, I've memed the Punisher clip. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm innocent. I've memed it, but it was funny as shit. It was also like the first 2 weeks of the season, or the season, like 2 weeks of the game. Like everyone had one. You know what I mean? But if he's doing that every single day, getting clips like that, getting tagged and stuff, and people are like hardcore just looking for his stuff every day, that's different.
6-hour stream, and then post those over social media so that the entire Marvel Rivals community think I suck.
Oh, I see why there's a 10-minute version. Whether you like it or not, that's not a good sign. Can I just enlighten you to something really quick? I made this take way back in like February, and people were sort of mad at me at the time. Not really, didn't really blow up, but people were like, yo, why are you talking bad about the game, bruh? Because like it was like not allowed at the time. And I said, you know what actually did pretty big damage to Rivals? And it was Twitch Rivals. Twitch Rivals, unironically, did a lot of damage. And the reason why Twitch Rivals did a lot of damage is it kind of killed the game for the casual streamer players. And those are like your Valkyrae, Pokimane, Sykkuno type people that will just play games, good vibes, just fun people. Because the format of the tournament was not good. The community interaction around the tournament was not good. It was just a massive fumble. And I remember saying at the time, hey guys, I think that's the end of them playing. I don't think that we'll ever see them again. Hey guys, have you seen them since? Because I haven't. And at the time, people didn't want to talk about it. They were like, nah, you just hating. Nope, being realistic. So I'm going to tell you something new now. Every game has this happen where it develops its own community, right? And the bigger people that come in and go will move on eventually, right? I think Rivals is probably entering that phase of it's going to have just its own community of people that'll be probably playing it and streaming it. And those will either be the current people that are already like established or building in the game. But like, I don't think you won't see many of the big people coming in that often unless sponsor stuff come up, you know? And I think that should be a bit of a, like, there's nothing Rivals could do, right? Like, Rivals can't do anything about that. It should be more of just like a reflection moment, I think, for many people. People can always say, just mute them. You can just say, oh, everything's toxic, it's fine, it's whatever. You know, if you truly do love the game community, interacting, promoting, and partaking in a lot of the stuff that we're talking about does not help. People always want to say and put creators on this this pedestal of responsibility. You are the platform. You have to be better, right? You have a platform, right? And that is absolutely true. But so do you. You have to also be responsible too, because you partake in it, right? You can't pretend just because you don't have a platform and you partake in every time you see a shitty ninja ult, you comment on it like, holy shit, he's ass, right? And then you like it, right? And then you watch the whole thing through. And then when other creators make more of that type of content, you always comment on it. You always watch the whole thing. You always interact with it. You boost that. You make it so they get more money, and it encourages them to keep making that type of content more, to keep doing that more. You are partaking in it, right? And no one's going to hold you responsible. There isn't anyone, because you don't have an audience, which is why it's a moment of self-reflection, because you kind of have to hold yourself responsible for it. And I know everybody loves tea. Everyone likes to be a little messy, right? Everyone likes to be a little messy. Sometimes it's funny, right? Everybody likes a little tea, you know? Not everyone likes to be a part of the tea, but You know, sometimes it's funny to watch from the outside. But at some level, it becomes too much. And there's a reason why a lot of creators, when they talk about people getting into the creator space, they say you have to have very thick skin.
Happy birthday,
because
Flats.
there are people who are really good at this. Like, there are people who are so good at like contextualizing that it's not real, and that they turn the drama into more farming, and they turn it into more growth, and they turn it into more opportunities, and they turn it into more people talking about it, and they turn it into more. But not everyone is. Not everyone's like that. Sometimes people just want to play games. And some people just like to be part of their own community. And sometimes they can go from being a huge streamer in an older era, or take here, where that wasn't the meta. The meta back then wasn't about hardcore farming drama and just go, 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 go. It wasn't. Now it is. And so they're in the meta of following that, but they don't want to. And so they kind of fall apart mentally. And people get mad at them for doing that. But it's like, they never built their platform on that anyways. You know? Why not sit there and think about it for a minute? You know? Is everything you've seen just a clip? Or have you actually sat there and watched for a few hours? You know what I mean? It's just an easy target. Kinda. Someone said to me, Tim's also talked about this. All right, I'm going to assume these are clips are in order. All right, so what is this?
Been through Overwatch community, and they get pretty toxic. I do have to say, Marvel's community, y'all, they're
Wait, Tim's new background. That's kind of sick.
worse, bro. They're worse than Overwatch.
Whoa.
Y'all, they're worse, bro. They're worse than Overwatch, which is kind of wild to say that. Like, they are. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what's insane? When I went back on Overwatch, everyone was like normal.
Hey, hold up now, Tim. Don't say that too loud. People are going to come after you.
And then when I load up Marvel, everyone's toxic. It's bizarre to me. It's like all the Overwatch people that are playing Overwatch still are just like chill and like normal. And then you boot up Marvel and everyone's like, ah! Like just yelling in the mic, just screaming at each other, doing whatever, bro.
Then I think you should just stay in Overwatch. My brother in Christ, you are legitimately, unironically proving the point. I'm not joking. And I'm not saying that as a got you. Like, you are genuinely just proving the point. I'll give you an example. I reacted to a video of someone who I respect, is a good Overwatch creator, who talked about why he was done with Rivals. And I respectfully disagreed with him on a few points that he made. And a lot of the people who were both in chat that day and in the replies basically said, well, why don't you just leave? At quite possibly mild criticisms. You are watching people leave and then getting mad that people are leaving after a lot of people respond to that saying, if you don't like it, just leave. And I'm not just calling out you specifically. I hope you know I do not mean this to you personally. I really don't. There's just a lot of views in this case, you know? And unfortunately, nobody counteracts it. It just gets to run wild.
In this video, I hope he talks about One Tricks here, because One Tricks ruined this game. And I'm gonna just let, before he says anything, I haven't seen this video. This is all me guessing right now.
I have no problem with One Tricks. Hot take, I have no problems with One Tricks. The only time I have a problem with a One Trick is when they're the toxic One Tricks. The One Tricks who demand everybody swap around them. And then if like everyone's not playing perfectly, they start getting mad and they start telling everyone else to swap. That's not how One Tricking works, brother. Like if you're gonna One Trick, you have to understand that you are the anchor on every team and do your best to not be the anchor on every team. You can't get mad at everyone else. That's like not allowed.
One Tricks, if you One Trick in hero shooters, you are ass. I don't care how good you are at your one character, you are dog water, because it's the mentality of the One Trick. That's the problem, right? It's the mentality.
I actually have no problem with One Tricks. I genuinely don't.
I'm not gonna switch, so you have to. You, buddy. I will toss One Trick games. I'll toss it. If you ain't gonna swap, I ain't gonna play. That's simple. It's that simple. If you one trick in hero shooters, you're a bitch, bro.
Yeah, I don't totally agree with that. I disagree with that one particularly. Because I think one trick players sometimes are just genuinely the best player on that character. But he's right, though. It is kind of annoying when they like hardcore dictate the rest of the game. I don't have I really don't, though. I don't mind getting some insane Widow player on my team as long as they're a nice Widow player. You know, like if they're not they could just say nothing the entire game, that's fine. But like if they're bitching at everyone else, like you need to swap Mantis for me right now. Can we swap our whole team comp? Tanks, can you go this? Can you enable me? I'm done. I want out. But like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but true. No, there is no nice Widow players. You're right. You saw the tier list. You're assuming all one tricks are nice people. No, I'm not. I'm not. How the f is I assuming that? Are you dense? I just said I have no problem with them existing. They're sometimes some of the best people in the lobby. Listen, I was saying they're good, but the only thing is when they're kind of annoying. When they're annoying as shit, that's the only time I have a problem. I don't know though. I don't know. I think the point is out of all of this is I think people are getting sick of it. You know, the breaking point I think is kind of coming. And unfortunately, I'm gonna make a prediction for whatever their stuff starts getting on the internet, onto TikTok, onto YouTube, whatever. Their clips, mine, whatever. I'm gonna make the prediction that most people are gonna be against them because here's the crowds. There's the crowds of people that have only seen the couple clips of like them being toxic or like shit-talking a teammate, even if it was deserved or out of context. Sometimes not always, but like, let's just say like, I mean, I've done it. I've had games where someone's hardcore shit-talking me, and then I shit-talk them back, and it gets clipped, where it's just me shit-talking them, and it makes me look like I was just randomly shit-talking someone, even if that's not actually the truth. That's how clipping works. So most people have only seen a few clips, which is just the reality of it. So those people are going to be against them. The more toxic people who actually that applies to are obviously going to be upset with them. The people who are tired of hearing about any of it is also going to be upset with them. And then there'll be a small group of people that'll be like,
here they come.
Yeah, he's right, but like, I don't really like him. So I think mostly people are just going to be like, no, f you. And then are going to be surprised in 2, 3, 4 months from now when a lot of these people never play again. And then they're like, damn, why don't they ever play anymore? You can say good riddance, whatever, but then you also get mad if someone talks about your the game's player count not being that high, you know? And it's not like not against the game. I think the game is actually really good. I actually think they cooked this season.
That's 3. Wow, 4 in a
But don't get mad
Nothing personal.
if people talk about it in the future, and you were one of those people who said,